Hi guys, welcome back to the Good Old Days. My name is Rita and I'm your host. And today I'm having a real orgy. Okay, this is going to be fun. Today I was on Twitter, X, and this is what I read from the guest today. It says, "This has reminded me when I lost to my brother's team. They were using my shoes for the goalpost. They were winning, so when I saw them coming to score another goal, I picked my shoes and left." Tell me a fonder memory because we are going back home. Let me allow Madam CEO to introduce herself to the audience. And as she's doing that, please make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and grab a cup of coffee as it's the signature and theme for this episode. And listen in. Let's have a good laugh. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Rita.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
been a
you
minute.
so much.
It's been,
oh, my
we've
God.
been on the streets. Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Good job, first of all.
Thank
well
you.
done. You're representing us so well. So well. Today's tweet just took me out.
You know, when you told me about OLDAYS,
Yeah.
I felt that this is so me. This is kind of content I look forward to because we're not growing younger.
I know.
And we're not telling our stories.
Yeah.
And somehow, somewhere, when you realize lately, everyone thinks that you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And you're
and
where
showed
you
up.
are. They, when you explain it to them that I was young, I was once young, I was once maybe poor, they don't get that. But also important is that the I don't know, is the millennials, we are also, I think, old people now.
Yeah,
There is
sure.
nothing like, oh, I'm millennial. No.
Yeah.
So when other people, other generations look at us, they be like, ababafala.
yeah.
But we're like you guys. We
You
were
don't
once, yeah, because coming from a black and white TV, from an Elkson, and now we are on a smartphone. I mean, I feel like it's a journey to tell, and
Such a
there's no
beautiful
one else
one.
that is going to talk about this.
Except
And
for
I
us.
really appreciate you,
Thank
Rita,
you.
for this.
So let us into your world. Who are you?
My name is Jacqueline Narinda. I am born and raised from Bara and Ibanda. Our
Yes.
home is in Ibanda, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer, Jada Coffee, Uganda. I am Miss Tourism Ankole 2014, 2015. I have worked in media house. I think that was my first job, from
Yeah.
radio to TV. And then I later switched to coffee. So when you say who is Jacqueline Narinda, it's roughly what I can say, but I love dancing. And I
yes.
love watching movies as well. If we get on the dance floor, it doesn't matter which generation.
Who is watching?
Yeah, it's just the knees are getting hard a little bit. I cannot do those kind of moves down
Who
on
did
the
most
floor.
I know of your flutes?
Yeah, I know. You know, I see TikTok and I see challenges and I look in the mirror and I want to get in, but I can't.
Yeah.
But I think my moves fit in the kinds of Ritas on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I also love, I think I'm a fussy eater, but I love eating, you know, like to say, let me have some small bits. And as much as I say I'm a social person, I've also come to realize that I'm not. I have just a small circle of people that I walk with,
Yeah.
and that's it. But I can fit anywhere.
Yes.
If you throw me anywhere, I'll fit in. And mostly, I think I love things to do with the young people and women. Anything for them, I'm there. I
Yeah.
love music besides dancing. I think I sing in the shower and in my car, but I've not
Guess
tried
we'll never know.
recording.
We'll never know how good you are.
So that is roughly Jacqueline Narinda.
We're so glad to know who you are. So now we know how to tempt you is if we say there's food and a dance floor.
Absolutely.
We are not going to ask your age, okay? We are going to tell your age from the goalpost stories.
Oh,
so
yeah.
take us back home. I am from the 90s and I have a feeling those were the best days. Because
yeah,
I've lived
they
through
were
these.
the best.
I know these are plastic days. Those were the good days. So I want you to take us back home.
Yeah.
Young Jackie, how
Young
was it?
Jackie was, you know Akio Popo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
know them.
that was me and my brother. We were just two, and we were the only young people in the home.
Yeah.
So we were stubborn. Believe me, if they had not caned me, they would not get what they have right now.
Today, the therapist is going to tell you that was traumatic. You
No,
shouldn't have
my
allowed
friend, you would not handle Jackie and Simon. Simon is my brother.
it. This is what I always say.
So without caning, no way, you would not get me. Why? Me and my brother were a bit. For him, he wasn't stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
You
was
are the
I would make
ringleader.
I would make him do things. For example, would come from school, and remember my girl and he's a boy. So I
Yeah.
have games that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I don't know what umwesho is called. Those was where you drop boxes on the ground,
ground.
and then you use bottle covers,
Yeah,
you know,
of
to
chocolate.
of
Duncan.
chocolate. In Runyankole. So we used to play those games. Now imagine I have a brother who is a boy who cannot play those. So I used to tell him, if you want me to play with you, so come. I think
You also play with
yeah.
me this.
So Monday is my games. Even Okwepena. What is
Eh.
Okwepena in English? I'm so bad
Okwepena,
with
I don't
English,
know.
by the
I
way.
don't really know. Maybe it's what translated into netball. I
Oh,
don't know.
Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and his 12 disciples. That netball is different.
Yes,
Okwepena
but
is
the
when
white
they
people changed it.
they
It was
throw.
ours traditional.
Yeah, so my brother used to play girls' games and I used to play boys'
Boys'
games.
games.
So we would come back from school and I was in Barra Mixed and it was very close. So there was a little bit of a road, a stretch where
Yeah.
I would play from because you can't play from home. When
And
you're
neither
going
can you do
home,
at school.
yeah, utensils are waiting for you and saucepans. I mean, before you finish them, there is homework. Before you finish them, time for bed at 8 p.m. because the old people want to watch Generation or something. They used to have those sports, Biba Awo,
Yeah.
on their black and white TV with
Bibao
rice.
was a program.
It was a show.
Oh.
Yeah. So they would
I
only
didn't grow
call
up
you
with
to
a TV,
adjust
so I
the
don't know.
area. You know the way they say Oksika area?
Eh.
So that black and white TV used to have an area that you have to twist and
To
twist
get
and
the
twist.
signal.
So that is where we would play from the road. Now, meanwhile, it's late.
Yeah.
So you get home, you've not done your homework, the utensils are waiting. So I used to at least make my brother stubborn. Even now, he's a very quiet person. I'm the one who takes him out. So during that time, believe me, you would know you are late. And I used to tell him, now we are already late. Whether we go home right now, they are going to beat us. So let us actually postpone and we go home in the next hour. And then they will beat us. I mean, then he'll be
Either
like,
way.
I just kid. I'm like, don't worry. They would
That's
sakata
rough.
us. Yeah? And the following day, you would do the same. So to
I
me,
don't know what was wrong.
childhood was fun. Then mango seasons, orange season,
Guavas.
It doesn't
Guavas.
matter whose
Oh my
garden
God,
it is,
guavas.
my friend. That
We
hunger
are showing up.
Oh God! You know that lunchtime hunger?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whose garden it is, as long as it is on the road where we're going home. Which of course people say they were bad manners, we were poorly raised, but they used to tell us, our parents, not to do that. But
Yeah.
somehow, I don't know, when you're a child, you feel
Yeah.
you can go
You're
away
curious,
with something.
you know.
And first, it wasn't only about parents. I can tell you, Rita, a stranger on the road, seeing you doing something wrong, they would beat you with all the authority. And your
And no one
parent
would
would come
come.
and say, thank you. But right now, you touch on Rita's kid, who the hell are you? But
Komera likulabe.
for us, everyone was entitled. So we would
That is why the saying in the African society, our child is risen by a
a
whole
community.
village.
Yeah, a
No?
whole village, yeah.
I think that is where it came from.
Yeah, but it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, now it
Because
a
I'm
lot of
told
things
even
from the
teachers
90s don't work anymore.
No, it doesn't. So from school, that hunger, and I used to enjoy that. Would steal salt from home for mangoes, and you
Feels
would
like we are back
eating
there.
from class was forbidden, but somehow you would eat. So the only thing we later realized with our brains was that you can't eat popcorn in class because it
will make
smells.
sound.
Yeah.
Also, it smells.
You know, the aroma, I don't know if it is also called aroma, but anyone would know.
Yeah.
And teachers by then, they would pause. Like they pause and they stop
Say, "Mama, Your
teaching
Majesty,
to
you
find
are
out
here."
who is eating popcorns. The lesson is gone. You can imagine. And they beat all of you. But
Until
that
they
was
find-
solidarity, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was solidarity.
Today's kids would never.
No, they
Would
wouldn't.
never. Those ones, even as siblings, you know, even me growing up, as siblings, we had our solidar.
Mm-hmm.
If we stole something like sugar, we would not say. Mom would have to
Yeah,
figure
but
it out.
there is something I learned from that. and which maybe contributes to corruption in the country. If everyone eats, there is no problem. So in a class, you would go giving each one popcorn. The polythene bag, because they used to sell them about 100, 100, and it has the popcorns, the hard corns actually. The ones we didn't like those ones that pop, so we usually liked the hard corns, the one that remain. So you would pass the bag. So if everyone has eaten, my friend, they would beat us, and the teacher gives up and says, okay, fine, you know what? I'm not teaching this class anymore. And it would be like, Kawa.
Is it?
Yeah. So school, I also remember hygiene was a priority when it comes to even PE, when it comes to lunchtime, to check whether you trimmed your nails, you know. PE in the morning, I loved that. But the funny part, I used to susu on my bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So sometimes I used to escape. There's one time I came to school without any cap. It was the worst, my friend. Because it was time for PE, and the girl child had absolutely nothing.
Nothing underneath the dress.
I'm telling you,
they
sent me. They could send you there.
But anyway, like 5, 6, 7, we didn't care.
I mean, I started school when I was about 5, yes.
Yeah.
So 5, 6, and so that next time you don't make that mistake. So PE, it was more of hygiene. If you have a dirty knicker, if you had a torn knicker, if you have not bathed, I mean, it would embarrass you. So PE was fun, games, healthy competition for me, and one thing I think that made us who we are was that at that point there was no body shaming. I don't remember us.
Oh my God, yes.
Knowing that this one is fat, knowing this one is small, this one is slender.
If anything, in the communities, the fat mamas passed more respectful, like they were respected more than the slim ones.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Even children would not recognize that, but you know,
stressing us.
Yeah,
stressing us.
It is too much, and even teachers. In fact, you would not know body shaming didn't exist then. So another thing,
or maybe for a small child, I think they wouldn't agree with us for small children, because somehow they used to be there was always that.
Why are you starving your child?
Why are you starving yourself? What is wrong? The small kids would not, side with us, because now the tables have turned.
But I also even think the food,
and we don't like it. We don't like it. Leave us alone.
Eat your food.
Let us eat. Yeah, because I was on the extreme. I was
a
smaller
kid. What were you eating? Because I remember we were actually eating good food.
Food. We didn't have a lot of junk back in the day. So I think it had more to do with genes, and every individual body has a way it works on its own separately.
Yeah.
And I think that is something we need to also learn right now. You learn like me, I'm an internet dweller. I scroll a lot, I see a lot, and this one says this one, the other one comes and trashes it. This one says this, the other one says no. So it's not a one size fit all. There are differences, because now when we look back, it was like, what was wrong? We had all the food. We had everything.
Had all, but also not Rita. I remember the only sugars that we had, and you will forgive me, but that is what we used to call it, kulkuluba. Do you know kulkuluba?
Yeah, I know.
That is the only sugar thing. And it used to come. In fact, they even had a song. The ice cream guy would pass through homes, and you would, once in a while, I can tell you, it would take about 3 months to have ice cream of that man. Maybe during sports events or during those events, music and drama, that is when you would have that ice cream. So practically we didn't have a lot of sugars. Sugar was meant for visitors. I guarantee you not. You do not take sugar at home. It was meant for visitors.
Add sugar?
Yes, we do. We did, sorry. We did. But we would only take porridge. Yeah, with milk. So my childhood memories, I can tell you what I miss is Christmas as well. Christmas, they would buy us new clothes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine Jacqueline Arinda, and then there were those
The new
body
body
socks.
That was for the rich though
Yeah, the
also.
body stockings to wear, and then the dotted dresses. They used to call them tantantala,
Polka dots,
yeah, so
the
that you
thing.
swing around, and then, oh, Jesus, Mary Joseph. So there was also a part where after church, the young people, you would sing, the children, you would sing for old
Yes,
people,
also
and
even the
then
guests, they
dance
give us some money.
and that money you would never get it, because if your mother is there, my friend, they will say they are
Uncle Richie.
yeah,
Let me keep
they
for
are
you.
your bank. But as soon as you ask them about that money, they would ask you if you're the one that buys bread every day in that
But
house.
isn't it a question that should be asked? Are you the one who bought the sword?
Yeah, but by the time the guests gave me that money, they knew you were there. So it is for my pancakes. Really. Yeah. I think parents buy that thing. It's because we were young, but I am telling you, I wasn't happy with that.
Wait, you're telling the wrong person.
Yeah, I am
We
sure
going
they
to
are
send
watching.
this link
Yes.
to the Guardian. Make sure
Even
to
now,
pay back.
please.
How much was it in total? You also don't know. So
I
we
think
can
in
let it
total
pass.
for my entire childhood must have been like about 10,000. Because by then you would get
Yeah.
like 100,
A ton,
200,
50.
300, 50. And you would want that kind of money, but they would not give it to you. So for me, childhood,
The same person who received new clothes every year.
yes, every year. Oh, speech day. I had forgotten about visiting days.
Speech day, actually.
Yeah,
because-
speech day. Oh my God, you're not in front? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Actually, I think that is where the shaming came in.
We have to stand in front, and
You have
then
to be you are at your best
Oh.
behavior. You have to be the best dancer. In fact, if you danced and no one gave you kusheba, no one gave you some kamane, next
would
year
cry.
do better.
Yeah, you would
Please,
cry.
You are capable of doing much better. Do it.
So childhood for me it was fun, and one thing I also know is that I used to use my socks
Yeah.
for the game. So anytime they want a ball, forget these balls they are bringing on board.
Yeah.
I would use my socks, and I would be volunteering. Yes,
You make a ball
use
out of your socks.
Of your socks.
What do you tell Mama when you go back home? Because
I don't
am
remember.
Sure by the time I reach home,
They would beat
my
me.
head is off.
Yeah, they would beat me until
You are the president today, Arian
yeah,
skin.
I'm
Temutya
telling
day.
Tetutya de nze baakuba oyo Jackie. And then they would reach a point and they're like, okay, we are not going to buy you socks. But remember at school, during parade,
Yeah.
they are checking who doesn't have socks.
Socks.
So I would come back and I was very brown. So you beat me, my whole skin would be brown, reddish, sorry. So I would be like, okay, this time I swear upon the living God, this time
Sit
when
you
you
down.
buy them, by the time it is 4 p.m., because we used to have break, lunch, and 4 p.m. By the time it is 4 p.m., there is someone volunteering to give away their socks. And I'm like, you people, this time, give me back my socks, because at home,
You still volunteer.
and that is it. But what did it teach me then? If you ask my OGs, and as I was a friendly person, I was very friendly, and but I was smart in class. I used to be the first. You can go to Baramix. I used to be the first. Then came a little girl in P6. I think she was coming from Municipal on Barra Junior. Chick was brilliant.
She bet you hands down.
Oh my God, my books were shabby. Her books were neat. She even had black books. My friend was still in Musana. You might not know Musana. There was a Musana and
There were
Peak Fair.
books for
So having Peak Fair, that's a financially
last
stable home.
season.
I'm telling
Started
you.
from way back.
With the ruler, writing, and you
Yeah.
look at their handwriting.
They underline the headings.
Underlining with the black and then writing
There used
the
to be
what
that
with the
pen.
yellow.
It was one pen. Then you push it brings blue. You push
Green.
again, green.
Thank
you
you.
people tormented us.
Oh, Jesus.
You people gave us a run for our life.
And you can imagine throughout that, that's when I realized I had to read. She was so smart. Her uniform was very smart. And then she walks in and I was like, I sit at danger. Didn't that term become the second?
Wow.
Before I knew it, I became the fourth. Before I knew it, sixth. At home, they were like, omuzanyo. And then there were those teachers that used to visit our home in the evening. They want chai. Then they go there and talk about you.
But were they ill talking about you, or they were just saying the truth?
No, I think they wanted tea. That I know. They wanted tea.
Amategari
Yeah, because I mean, they would come home to just say your child is misbehaving. Now I was checking on you to see the family. You know, Jackie has been dozing in class. You know, Jackie has been what? I'm like, man, sip your tea and get the hell out of this place. So I really didn't like that part of teachers, and I was not good in sciences. Actually,
Yeah.
throughout, I was good in English, SST. You know, I know. Most social media guys would like to cut off something, but I've forgotten those subjects. I know it was SST, science, English, and math. Yeah.
Yeah. They were 4 in primary. Then when we went to high school,
I'm telling you, be extra
they
careful
went.
what you say now, because you might say you studied history and they will hold you accountable. Social
my
media
darlings.
doesn't know that we forget.
My darlings, we don't care. If you're jobless and you don't have,
They
it's okay. We
will
don't care.
cook you properly. But anyway,
We make the best out of
I mean-
the going viral right now.
so back home, no visiting neighbors at all.
Yeah.
Like they would beat you. And we had Muslims. So Muslims used to fast. Up to this day, Muslims, I love their rice. So it doesn't matter what they told me, because I'd never seen rice with meat. I was used to soup and our white rice. Now here
And then
comes pilau.
Now the non Muslim people would put in black tea leaves in the rice to make it, and burnt onion.
And those were chefs. For us, we used to have our white rice. You mix in the soup. That's it. So we have Muslim neighbors.
And then here are the kings
Oh,
of rice.
Jesus.
Peke
You're
Nagbi.
kidding. And then there is your parents here telling you cannot eat it. What are you talking about? And do you know what they would do? Invite us. Ha.
Temptation.
Oh, you go there, you eat. Since they wait for you lunch. Then you're like, I had homework. I had a lot of work. Then you go visit them. My best friend was actually a Muslim. She was called Asia. So she used to invite me. Now, the funny part here, she used to say we fast together. Me, I couldn't handle fast. So me, I would tell her, okay, I fasted. Then I go home, I eat,
You come back and join the fast.
and I put chalk on my lips before I see her.
Bana
So I come when but when I'm
Tende
okay.
kubi.
Now, Asia is like, oh, fastings. I'm like, yes, they have fruits, they have what. So that time, I think that's when I liked Muslims and learned Luganda. In fact, the Luganda I have was because of the Muslims around us. They used to speak Luganda. So at home, they never used to invite us. And up to now, actually, we never even used to attend events. Those events of
As
decoration,
children.
as children,
Yeah.
events of decoration of toilet paper, banana leaves,
Success cards.
grass, success. Oh, the success card that sings.
Yeah, oh, that one.
You,
The
you
aunt who gave you the success card that had a melody was to be worshipped.
my friend.
In fact, some of us finished without getting those success cards, and it still hurts.
Really? Now, there were those ones of I think it was during P7, where you would count how many success cards you've received. Like it was a show
yes.
off.
Yeah.
That if someone sends you a success card from home, you would beat them up and tell them, find me at school. I want the bursar to come in and read my name. Like you would feel like a president.
And there are people who used to collect so many on the parade in the morning.
Yes,
They
reading them.
read.
Yeah. And then there was me. Oh my God, my
I
childhood.
can't speak today because of that. So where are we?
I
can't speak.
I've heard people say they celebrate birthdays. I never had my birthday celebrated. In fact, as a fact, I didn't even know birthdays existed.
Yeah.
I came to know about my birthday during my PLOE registration, where it was a requirement.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't a big deal. The big deal came in secondary. Friends celebrating you, happy birthday, something. So for us children, I think I can count the days we really made a big deal. That was a music and drama day.
Yeah.
That was Easter. That was Christmas. And the day you have your rich auntie who brings you, lollipops or chewing gum. Then also by then people didn't die a lot. I mean, it was
Oh my God, yes.
yeah.
It's like I also, growing up, I never believed that people my age, regardless of which age I was at, I didn't believe people that age died. And every time
Yeah.
like someone in that age bracket died, I remember there's a person, he was called Kanzira. He was young, I think around 6.
Yeah.
He passed unprovoked.
Oh
And up
God.
to now, I've never forgotten. It was
Yeah.
like,
No, people by then didn't
how
die.
dare you?
Even being
You're
on
young.
drip was big deal. Big deal. So the days we counted, for us, it was all about playing, grazing cows,
Yes.
making friends, being able to make it so that you're not in the last five, because the last five they would read those
On the
names,
parade.
yeah,
And
on the
now your
parade.
crush is gone just because of math.
Yeah, and then also we had no much to brag about by then. So by then
They
I
were
think,
the basic. I think we used to brag about the bare minimum, like a
oh,
new
what?
knicker.
In fact, we had more missionaries. The day missionaries come to visit and they bring sweets. In fact, now I know why our ancestors were cheated with mirrors. Because even us, when they used to give us sweets, these sweets, I find them in supermarkets. But we would see it as a big, big deal.
Yeah.
Missionaries used to come to our school.
Yeah.
And then we used to also have magicians. So that day for magicians
Oh my
walking
God.
on a thread.
The gist is just getting sweet.
Yeah.
Right now, it feels like we are back in the day. It feels like I'm back in Bumbire and Pius is singing. May his soul rest in peace. He used to come to school with a guitar
Oh,
and
yeah,
sing.
yeah.
He
Pius
was like
Kabugonji.
yes, he was like a regional
You better not
trotter.
say that, yeah.
Ndinjiri. How do they call Ndinjiri in English?
I would call it a guitar
A
kind.
guitar, like a local guitar. It has a string.
It's
so
one string. Oh,
don't
that's
know.
more like a violin now. I don't
Yeah,
know.
more like a violin, more like a guitar. It's a string, and he would come through singing. Omakaganjo kashanga ninkora chomakaganjo kashanga ninkora
Oyanje nyowe.
Oyanje
Onje
nyowe.
baro.
Eh.
Okunde nyowe.
Oyanje baro,
mutezi
oyanje
w'endinjiri.
baro, okunda nyawo mutezi wandinjiri.
Aha.
Tararara. Ngoyanje baro. You hate your husband and love me.
Like
The-
leave
the
your
guitar
husband
player.
and come to me.
And he was blind.
Oh yeah.
Would pay 100 to see him every time he would come to our school.
And that 100, by the way, that was like more of a sacrifice because that was your lunch break,
Yeah,
kinda.
break.
Yeah.
And you'd have, actually, me, I would have to ask my grandmother, Pius is coming on such and such a day. I need 100. And then I would have to work for it. Double.
Oh.
Yeah. Kurisa, you go now double shifts. If you're not taking the goats early in the morning, now you start doing them because you want to be favored and given the 100 to be able to enter the hall. And then he would come and sing, and it was so fun. And the fact that he was blind, it was just so fun.
Oh,
When he
yeah.
passed, I felt so bad.
Oh God. No, actually, it like you said, it's different for me. I remember, for us, we used to wake up at 4. Yeah.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Wow.
To wash dishes while the maid is preparing porridge.
Yeah.
So by the time you're done at 5:30, you're bathing and then putting on your uniform, and then you head out. So most of the times we were given break time money
Come
for
on.
about, I think it was 200 the highest.
Yeah.
So that
Because it would
50,000
buy
is
you
for
enough.
break. Another 50,000.
50 shillings.
Yeah, 50 shillings is for lunch. And then because games time was more of a spending time.
Yeah.
That is when you buy a lot and you can go on. So you would have
Pancakes.
to save. Yeah, pancakes.
save.
Oh, we had kamomo. Those ones in Imbara, we had kamomo, and that man was known for pancakes. So you would go for 50 shillings and you would get 100 pancakes. 50 shillings, 100 pancakes, which was more of the same price for razor blades. Like,
Yeah.
so paying magicians, you had to save more. That means for
Aba
2
China.
days. Yes,
Why
Aba
did
China.
we call them China?
Because of the walking on a thread, and then they would collect coins from all over your body, and they would call you in front to participate. In fact, what I remember is that once in a term, they would invite them. The school would invite them. That was more of entertainment.
Yeah.
So it was something that they did, the school did to get us off books and enjoy the school. So partly today, the way I see our children, young children going to France, going to New York, asking parents for money, going to the national parks. I mean, for us, that requirement came at senior 3, going to the national park.
And you know how much we paid for P7 trip?
The
I think it was 7,400
And,
to go to Queen Elizabeth.
yeah.
The whole of Queen Elizabeth, the copper mines, Kilembe, which one is this one? The irrigation scheme. 7,400, and we still couldn't afford it. Meanwhile,
We went, oh my God, we paid a lot of money. We paid a lot of money, and then you would go in a truck. I think we used to hire a truck from Barra High School, that big truck. You can imagine, at exactly 5 p.m., you're in that truck, but you would never feel cold. It would rain on you, and the sun would shine and dry, the clothes would dry, but
and
you
our
would
parents
enjoy
never
it.
cared.
No, you would, even you would enjoy that trip. You would come back and they would, I think even parents would ask for water because you would talk the whole day and night talking about that trip. Now for us, by then, our grandfather was a mayor and he had a pickup. May his soul rest in peace, Rutehenda. He would put us, he used to take banana peels to Ibanda for the cows. So he would put a rug kinda on top of the peels.
And
then
people
he would,
sit.
Ibanda Road was the worst, you people.
By then
Forget
it wasn't worked
Bulindo.
on.
Bulindo has chorus. The other one was the worst. So you can imagine you're at the back and you're going for Christmas. Then you reach there in the evening, people are cleaning the pressure lamps and the kerosene lamp,
The glasses.
the glasses, and then the mood, they would slaughter a cow. In fact, as Christmas, they used to slaughter a cow in the village. From 23rd, you're eating meat, roasted, cooked, what.
The offers
Yes, every...
of Togo.
Kate, now they buy from the butcher. I don't know whether it is the economy or what. Now they buy from the butcher.
By the way, okay, now for me, in my household, in my mom's house, they like now the year starts, they get together, they pay like 100K. So this 100K buys a cow, they take care of it, then on 24th, they slaughter it. So we get like 25 kgs of meat, 25. So we still have a lot of meat. And when I go in a house where they buy a kilo or two of on Christmas, it's like, you people are disrespecting Jesus? What is
I
the
know,
reason? What
right?
is this?
But I don't remember it was about Jesus. I even didn't know what Jesus was all about. All I knew was Christmas is buying new clothes.
Even now.
It's a time to meet your cousins that stay in Kampala, cousins that don't stay with you. It's a time to know the aunties, who are the aunties, because the clan, almost the entire clan, would be in the village. It would be a moment for everyone to know, oh my God, that's my auntie, Mingo. And for us, because in town, meanwhile, Mbara was a town, believe me.
It's a city now.
Yeah, so going to Ibanda was more of having the village life, being able to milk, being able to eat on pineapples, mangoes, fresh in your farm. And then first we used to even learn how to swim from there. There was a river, and that river, of course the parents would not know. They would not know that we are going to Cham Swahili. So Cham Swahili for us was a big deal. So all the cousins from Kampala exploiting the village life of grazing cows, okuza kweshera, and then you jump from the, oh my God, jumping like from the cliff. And then you come swinging, in the water. That was the best moment. And you go back home, they cane you. So
because your skin is showing.
The Jesus, we came to know about Jesus, I think about in our high school.
I still feel like we shouldn't change the tradition. Please let us kill the animals. Like,
yeah, because they used to slaughter because we are many people.
Christmas.
But now, people say, me and my family, they can't. Because they are like, me and my family, we are going to Mboro. Me and my family, we are not coming for Christmas. Me and my what? So
We're going to Paris.
yeah, we are going to.
Who's
So
going to give the biggest tithe in church, please?
No.
Those people in Christmas, they tormented us in a way.
They would
You
have the
people who
front
came
seats.
from town, you would take our seats. Meanwhile,
The
we are the
front
ones
seats.
who swept the church on 22nd.
And with your deco
collected
of,
flowers,
of
wrote
what?
our success cards, we donated them. Our toilet paper, it was 200 by then, we'd give it. Also, it was for the rich, that's why it was 200. We donated our toilet paper, the white one,
The
blue one.
flowers.
We collected the flowers in the whole village.
Yeah.
And the Kampala people would come and be the ones to sit in front.
And
Because
on the
they're giving.
benches, meanwhile, don't think those seats were good. On the benches, and,
And
then,
then
the
the
local
people who
people
would-
sit on the mat.
Who would donate? Even I think up to now, the village churches still have that. The people who donate shares, they write behind, donated by the so-and-so family. Like, you show off.
Yeah. But now you've made me recall about the Christmas tree. Now, back then, we used to cut Christmas trees. Like,
Yeah.
you would go looking for them in
Kapurupis.
the farm. Yeah. You look for them, and then it was a big deal to decorate. Having the Christmas tree, to decorate it, then it had those, I don't know, the decor. It was funny, you know.
We used to have
stretching.
success cards. We would have toilet paper. We had those Chinese ribbons that shine.
And the lights.
And we didn't have lights for us.
You
those
don't know
ones,
the lights?
those ones, the ones I'm talking about. First of all, they are shaking. Yeah, they are. The wind takes them. So
I know them,
they make
yeah.
some noise and then they shine in there. And then whenever we had like a wedding in the village, we would collect the ribbons. Those ribbon flowers they make, we collect them. Then we'll pass them into the Christmas tree, bro. Those were the days.
Oh my God.
Those were the days.
And then
Today-
the Christmas carols, we used to have big numbers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You would listen to this one. Before you sleep, there is another one knocking on the door. So practically, the entire Christmas was all fun. It was all about family.
From 10 p.m., the night angels would start coming around. They would sing from 10 p.m. They move. Another group comes. I'm Catholic. So we had like hikas around the small churches, then the center. And because those people are collecting money they've been practicing.
Yeah.
So they pass through, we'd have our change of like 2,000, you get like 200, many 200s. So each group that passes, you give them 200.
Yeah.
And my mom would say, don't sleep, wait for the night angels. But she wouldn't allow us to go.
Yeah.
I don't even have any
Even
memories
us, they
of going
wouldn't.
there.
In fact, even more about Christmas, the reason why you would fail to enjoy it was if you were the last in class. Because
Yeah,
the
oh
old
boy.
people never had any conversation with us. All they could ask is, Obiro Akangai?
Hey,
You know?
which
Yeah.
class are you?
Which
How
class
did
are
you perform?
Were you promoted?
Then there is you who did not even get promoted the last
I'm
3
telling
years.
you, so that it would be your worst Christmas of you talking about that. And now, as we moved on and went to secondary, it was also a different matter.
Yeah.
Because secondary, it's when the senior woman now is a big deal.
Becomes actually a problem.
Yeah,
More of a
becomes a
problem.
big deal. What kind of uniform?
Yeah.
Did you trim it? Did you know? And then the copper girl issue. I used to see senior 6 people.
Copper
guy-
guard is the powder we used to put on our face to look
But
more
is it
cute.
called copper girl or it's the
How
pronunciation?
do we know? All we know is makeup back in the day was
Yeah.
copper guard. That's it. Don't ask us which one.
Yeah.
Pencil and copper guard. And would Jesus.
Yeah? The makeup artist.
Jesus.
These are the things that were owned by some maids, owned by even older,
The
much
rich,
older,
okay,
older
I'm
people.
not saying the rich, but the young wives